brothers and sisters, the organizer of this conference, the abbot of Wat Buddhayan Temple in Stockholm, Sweden, and President of World Buddhist Alliance, Secretary General, dear friend. The concept of the peace in Buddhism. Peace is a central concept in Buddhism. There are many discourses that Buddha has purchased to set up internal and external peace. The primary objective of Buddhism is to bring about the well-being and happiness of the multitude of mankind as well. Bahujana hitaya, bahujana sukhaya. For the purpose of Buddha, purged the doctrine.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, please let me introduce myself. I am Percy Yanawong Doctor, the wife, rector of Mahachulalongkorn, Rajavidyalaya, Nong Khai campus, Thailand. Now, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to have a great opportunity to join the International Peace Conference. On behalf of Mahachulalongkorn, Rajavidyalaya, Nong Khai campus, Thailand, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Union of Thai Sangha in Europe, in association with Buddharam Temple and Universal Peace Federation in Sweden, for organizing this special event that brought all of us having a good chance to participate in and knowing one another. The university that I am working in is the University for Buddhist monks, nuns, priests in other religions, and even lay people worldwide. And I am from Nong Khai campus East. There is no happiness better than peace. Inevitably, all of us need happiness, such as happiness from money and property, happiness from spending them, and even happiness from getting what we desire. But we sometimes overlook real happiness, which can also make happiness to oneself and to the world. It is happiness from the peace. Buddhists believe that the world peace can only be achieved if we first establish peace within our minds. The idea is that anger and other negative states of mind are the cause of the wars and fighting. Buddhists believe that people can live in peace and harmony only if we abandon negative emotions such as anger in our minds and cultivate positive emotions such as love and compassion. Eventually, wishing all of you happiness, good health, getting what you all desire, get through any obstacles in life with mindfulness and with the power of peace. May our world be full of peace forever. Thank you very much.
Right, we're going to go to the next Ken.
So thank you very much for your coming. I'm very grateful that you all participate. Sometimes it's difficult to understand what we are talking about, but you are very good listeners, so I'm very grateful. Okay, so I talk about peace, order, and prosperity from the viewpoint of education. So I want to emphasize how important the education is. Since I came from Japan, as you know about Japan, did you went to Japan? Did you go to Japan? So then you can understand how developed that country is. I'm not proud of my country, but it is reality. But you know, the latter part of 1800, the level of the standard of education is quite high in Japan. Students say that Russia, they going back to the return to this communism again. They stop at the cost of their lives to stand in front of tanks. You know about what happened that time. So this, and then Dr. Suk, who are very inspired by Dr. Moon's idea and philosophy, and started in all professors from different fields and staff members. They worked together and made published 2 books. They called Moi Mil Ia, my word, and I. Okay, but there is another meaning. Mil have 2 meanings. Word and peace. How can I become? How can I contribute to the world? Then, if I can contribute to the world better way, I can become peace and happy. Okay. So we distribute quite many these books throughout the different schools. So, and teacher educated, but as you know, that political climate always changes. And if they don't like the pressures, so many regions could not teach these books. But some teachers stand up and they fought. And some school, they could really learn to how to teach. But I want to give some examples. In Ukraine, I have an opportunity to teach many schools, some teachers. And so some schools are quite poor, and they don't have even heaters. So there's one Japanese group, women's group, who are helping this radiation program. But I told them, radiation, it's important, but you really think about future of this country, then invest for young people. So this group bought thousands of books and distributed to some school, which is very poor, cannot even afford to buy. So then one mother phoned me. So they asked about me from teachers. So her son read these books in one night. Then he gave to her to read this one, and she was so inspired, and she phoned me. I was so happy to have this one. And this is the book which we can educate young people. I'm very inspired and burst into tears. And so
level and then at the global level. As His Holiness Mirza Masroor Ahmad elucidates this point in the following way, that the situation within a home is not limited but has a knock-on effect on the peace of the local area, which in turn affects the peace of the wider town or city. If there is disturbance in the home, it will negatively affect the local area, and that will affect the town or the city. In the same way, the state of the town or city affects the peace of the entire country, and ultimately the state of the nation affects the peace and harmony of the region and the entire world. In order to establish peace within our homes, Islam and many other religions gives us guidelines and explains our responsibilities. And by implementing those, the family members are united in a bond of love and true affection. At the societal level, religion can also play an important role for the establishment of peace. If religious leaders of different faiths gather, like we do here today, it will send a strong message to our followers and the society at large. The world has indeed turned into a global village where people of different cultures and backgrounds meet and interact with each other through various means. We saw her earlier, school groups from South Korea and Georgia interacting with each other. It was, I think, very inspiring. The population of many countries, Sweden not the least, has become multi-ethnical and culturally diverse. This has also caused certain unrest. For on the one hand, there are people, immigrants who refuse to integrate into their new societies. And on the other, local sentiments are turning against newcomers, and thus mutual hatred is on the rise. As a Muslim leader, it is my duty to promote Islam's teaching regarding positive integration and loyalty towards one's nation. Islam teaches that we should consider all treaties and agreements as a trust, which also includes the treaty of citizenship. The Holy Prophet of Islam, Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught that love of one's nation is part of faith. To obey the authorities and to be a law-abiding citizen is a duty for every Muslim. Islam further teaches that to work for the progress of the nation and serve its interest is a high virtue. And this is also the true meaning of the word jihad. Once the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, returned to his city after a skirmish and stated, "We have returned from the lesser jihad to the greater jihad," referring to the day-to-day efforts to create peace and harmony within the society.
Aren't we doing or making peace as a compulsory subject in the education system? Why it is treated as an extracurricular activities that those youngsters have shown all the time? Okay, we are doing this, we are doing conference for this. Why the education system is not having peace as equal, as important as English, chemistry, science and all other things, so that we grow up with the same kind of...
I see. Because, but I don't know about other countries, but in Japan, for tradition that we divide with normal education or religious or indoctrinate. We try to not to indoctrinate people, because we are Buddhist country. But as you know, but here and there, the teachers can explain about moral aspect. So that is you can see the criminal act in Japan is very low. It's quite peaceful. You can go anywhere in the night, middle of the night, but you are not attacked. Not like United States. It's quite different. But you know, ideally, it should be combined, inner aspect and external aspect. But I'm very sorry that our government is intelligence.
I believe it has nothing to do with any... I believe it has nothing to do with any of the country or any of the religion. Peace is not a religion or not any name of any of the country. So, but this is what we are looking for. The teachers like you and venerables and from all other religions must take a step so that it should become a part of our education system, not an extracurricular activities, because the end of everything is peace.
Yeah, therefore we made this kind of book, okay?
I consider it again an extracurricular activity.
That is why we try to push this into the school curriculum.
I think if you give it in the school curriculum again, it is becoming, because I also studied in India, and always we have learned, when I fight with someone like my colleague or someone, that my mother would have told me, no, better be in peace. Or if some countries are fighting with each other, end of the day they end up with peace. One country is saying, okay, white flag, peace, and when we die in the end, we write a message, rest in peace. You know, the end of everything is peace.
Yeah, I understand.
And still we are considering peace as again I'm saying, an extracurricular activity. We are printing the books, we are having conferences to create, but we are not putting it in the system, because maybe somewhere something is lacking, that we don't want peace at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That has to be done. Okay.
Environment very much. Everyone talks about the environment. But then they think about the climate, and the flowers, and the bees, which is very nice, and the waters. But I don't think so much about the human climate. We talked about education, why people are stressed. It's because something here, the education maybe is lacking generally in our society. And it's true, we need to address it. And actually that's why we have this conference. And that's why we want to continue having these conferences. Because we want to address this issue and make more awareness about it. That this is not depending on religion or culture, but it's a human issue. And today there's a struggle, I would say, between those who understand it and those who don't want to understand it. And that we can address in another point. But, so that's the one. And of course we talk about freedom, how can coexist in mutual communities. We talked earlier about integration, it's a very important issue. A world in peace, and all people have a responsibility to contribute. We learn the nature of service. So, I have now we have 6 people for this last session, so you understand. And then this is time is short, sorry. So it's 5 minutes basically, you had 8 for, and then can stretch a little bit. But if it's 10 minutes, it's 60 minutes, so I have to be more stingy here, sorry. Anyway, we have Professor Dr. Hans sorry, I don't, Professor, what?
Your Holiness, Venerable Monks, Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and honor to make the speech at the Stockholm World Peace Conference, International Peace Conference. I would like to avail of this opportunity to express my best wishes and warmest congratulations to all eminent participants and organizing committee, as well as His Holiness take this opportunity to convey my sincere wish, pure love, and boundless compassion to the whole world. This 3-scale day is the most significant and auspicious day to Buddhist world. Siddhartha Gautama was born, attained supreme enlightenment, and passed into final discharge on the full moon day. On this 3-scale day of Buddha, I sincerely would like to deliver the following message.
来到美丽瑞典首都斯德哥尔摩，这是为了大家一个共同的目标，就是提倡和平。要有真正的和平，我们需要的不是武器。佛陀教我们要向4种人散播慈悲：一自己，二身边的人及亲人和朋友，三不认识的人，四敌人。能对自己有慈悲的人，才会懂得爱护自己。首先是尊重自己和不伤害自己。
What we need are not weapons. In fact, peace could never be maintained by weapons. The origin of chaos, disputes, and war is indeed the people's heart. That said, to end war and make peace, the necessary change is also from people's heart. War and peace both roots in the hearts of everyone. If the education nowadays could do nothing to remove the seeds of hatred within the hearts of the next generation, then arrogance, mutual disrespect, opposition, and even hostility and hatred would not cease to grow in mankind. As a Buddhist, We believe that peace begins with metta, or literally loving kindness. The Buddha taught us to spread compassion to four kinds of people. First is to ourselves, then it is to the people around us, that is our family, friends, and relatives. Farther, to the people who we do not know, and lastly, to our enemies. First, we have compassion to ourselves. We'll know how to protect ourselves. We respect ourselves and do no harm to ourselves. By understanding this, we know gratefulness. We know how to cherish our families and friends, the people we love, and those around us. Then we know the meaning of respect. Respect to those who don't know, the strangers, the passersby we meet every day, those who pass by and we meet every day. Compassion comes within ourselves, radiating to our close relatives and friends, to strangers, and finally reaches our enemies. We know how to forgive. It is kindness and forgiveness which eliminate hatred. True peace of mankind could then be achieved. I wish in the future this forum of peace will become a platform which everyone with our different professions and backgrounds could meet each other, work together, discuss problems, and find solutions with our common goal of making peace. A platform which we could exchange cultures and ideas.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the mindfulness or samadhi is meditation to mental cultivation. So I also have a scholarship to come to Sweden how to do the plantation, to do a forest sustainable. Because in Buddha I say the environment is so important. Without the human or any living things, it's called environment. When you put the living things, it's called ecology. So he says sapaya means right environment. That's why he left the palace and all this luxurious thing and become common or layman or before and then become Buddha. So it's like going tree. You have to suffer trying to find the truth. Not many curriculum can fit you, Buddha. I cannot call you Buddha. I watched the movie. And so when you grow that, Gamma is like whatever you do, you will think about growth economy. Then you grow out to be rich. You think about peace, you become a monk. And then so Gamma is like the work on plantation. So Gamma is like a seed, and the result Gamma is like a fruit. So in a society, the wholesome person behave on generosity, morality, ethical thought, and all those that would individual psychology deposit all of this to be a gentle person or to be poverty or a society. So I want to go through real quick because I want to give all the floor to a meditation person next. Come all on and on, and then the meditation is finding the inner peace. So I believe that the Buddha said, whatever you look to the universe, he has 7 weeks after he enlightenment, right? Buddha? You have 7 weeks, 7 days, standing there, consider in Puttaka. Under the tree, after that, he stay every 7 days, 7 weeks, thinking about what all of this knowledge in the universe is only a bunch of leaves. That's all human can learn. So the meditation is finding the inner peace by letting go of the thing that normally occupy our minds. So if you are so suffering, first thing that you have to do is meditate. I have a chance to join Willpower Institute in Texas. We both we do English and Thai, and this is Thai community. So Saturday and Sunday we teach the person how to be meditate. So we do 30 minutes walking meditation and 30 minutes meditate. I mean deep sitting down, deep meditation. So when you're driving or when you walking or when you do something, you meditate. It's not deep, it's short. It's like narrow meditate, it's like short meditation, then you're still aware of everything going on. So these things is called high-tech meditation. So I would like to join the youth in Georgia. We'd like to visit you that belong to join your camp to do the meditation. Okay, not yet, not yet. I mean, I like to go to you and visit and bring our teacher and join you to teach the youth. And then I also would like to join the UK
Single verse of Holy Quran contains the word of jihad and fighting, the word of jihad and killing, the word of jihad and warfare together in one text. We are not able to find even a single verse of Holy Quran in one text together. Jihad and killing, jihad and fighting, jihad and warfare. So there is some misguided people, some criminal people hijacked the word of jihad from Quran, the holy book, and from the statement of last prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So 35 verses, not a single verse, combines the word jihad and fighting, jihad and killing. These two words have never been revealed in any single verse.
As many might know, they had a lot of silver, which the Spaniards took to Europe. This is how it happened with our people. If we talk about the identity and that we want to preserve our identity, then we have to go back to our roots. And we have a background as far as the spirituality is concerned. We know that the conquistador brought up the Catholic Church as well, and the result was that the gold and the silver was taken to Europe. But our basis of our civilization, the Inca Empire and pre-Inca Tiahuanaco and all this huge wisdom that was still survives, is Amasua, Amaluya, Amakeya. That was the basis. That is the hello. That means don't lie, don't be lazy, and don't kill. Amasua, Amaluya, Amakeya. The Aini, the basis of our exchange, we live in a constant exchange between each other. Everything in life is Aini, sacred reciprocity. Everything from our relationship to the chemical reactions within ourselves is Aini. So everything that we do, our connection with other human beings, with nature, with plants, is Aini. We believe in Mother Earth because we live in a cosmovision in relation with Mother Earth, respecting every kind of being alive, especially our nature, our mother, which is giving us everything for us to survive. Some of the beautiful landscape that we have home, and with the different, like a Salt Lake of Uyuni is the only thing that the astronauts see when they are in the moon. It's the like Salt Lake of Bolivia.
Discussion, many interesting topics brought up, but we have to delay that, have that later on. Let's have contact. But first, one practical information. For those who live here, there are buses going 2 o'clock, and then there's another one 2:20, and another one 2:40, and the last one goes 3 o'clock. Goes to the City Hall in Stockholm. So please don't miss that bus. Take one from outside here. Yeah. And also because you're going to be an afternoon session in City Halls.